Crimeland. Go ahead. Yeah, give me your wallet. Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me your wallet. Things really have gone downhill around here. Many such cases.
First Florida man was heard in Ando de Soto.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? How is everybody doing today? I'm having a great day. Zena is having a great day. She's awake, I promise. Zena, wake up. We're on. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. So that little intro was from the Graham and Bob show. So go over and subscribe to them for sure. He made that for me, which I really appreciate. And I keep forgetting to play it, even though I have it programmed into my streaming software. I keep forgetting to hit the button to play it. So I remembered today. So we did it. So welcome, everyone. I know I'm going to have we'll see some new people on Rumble today. So welcome to all of the Rumble people. There is 7 of you there over right now. So hello, Rumble. Nice to see you. We are streaming on all the platforms. We are on 2 YouTube channels, the Friday Night Crime channel, of course, and the KDZ channel. I am KDZ, your host, Sundays, 4:30 Eastern, every Sunday. Also on Odyssey. Where else are we streaming? Twitter. I think we're streaming on Twitter. YouTube, Twitter, Odyssey, Rumble, DLive, and DLive. I think that's it. I think that's all of the places we're streaming right now. And Ron starting us out strong with a $2 super chat. I sure do appreciate that. Just so any new people here, anytime you super chat or Rumble rant or any of the things, Zena gets a dog biscuit. We have the milk bones right here. And you get your name in the drawing. Ron, you are going to be the first one entered into December's drawing. And we are going to do November's drawing right now since November's over. So first things first, Zena gets a milk bone. Zena, do you want a milk bone? Yeah, she's awake for this. I thought so. I have a great show planned for you today. I did play the Many Such Cases, Bob's episode, because we are going to start off with Many Such Cases. Many such cases in the land of crime. First things first, though, Zena gets her milk bone. Thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate every single one of you who supports my show and lets me do this as my weekend hobby. I really like to do it, so I appreciate it. All right, Zena, this is from Ron. Oh, you're going to sit up? I got to adjust the camera if you're going to sit up. All right, do a shake. Thank you. So dainty. There you go. Ah, she's such a good girl. She is. So let's, I guess, jump right into it. Well, that's not the right screen. It would help if I put the right screen up. Many such cases, 14 tabs. We're getting right into it for you today. Let's get those loaded. I know when these load, I have to go through
a driver
and
or passenger
turn off the YouTube's automatically play. So
we have some breaking news we want to take you to right now. There
Pause.
Seems to be some kind of a police pursuit. It looks as though it's coming toward an end
What
on
is
Monroe
happening?
Road there in Winkler.
We're not starting with that one, YouTube. 2 scholars tried to shoplift Halloween costumes, but made one crucial mistake. Let's watch.
bring my stuff back.
Shoplifters stole costumes but left her.
That's a scary voice. Oh, good. My internet's messing up. Perfect. I love that. Well, I guess I'll talk for a minute and let all these tabs load. I think my issue is that I try to load everything at the same time using one tab. So it takes it a second to load. It does take it a second. There's the Cena cam. Welcome, everybody. Well, we're waiting for those tabs to load. Let's say hello to everybody. Of course, Ron is here. Thank you so much. Ray is also here. Welcome, Ray. Always good to see you, beautiful lady. Major victory. Thank you very much for all those Karen videos you sent me. I have those loaded up for Friday Night Crime, which is coming up this Friday, the 8th at 7 o'clock. Number 2. And I have a whole, I'll show you guys. Karen for Karen's for Karen, because Karen number 2 is coming on and we're watching all Karen videos on Friday night. It'll be a good time. I promise. And Erica also sent me some videos this week and I appreciate that very much. Number 2, as always, is here and in the background helping out as always. Blackheart Knight, so good to see you. I was watching some of your shorts today. Actually, I was slacking off, and as one does on a Sunday afternoon, and scrolling the YouTube, shorts, and a bunch of Blackheart Knight videos came up. So I appreciate that. Person, good to see you. Always good to see you. You're always here, and I appreciate your support. Oh, a friend visiting from out of town, we'll just say. Mandy Thomas is here. I'm wondering if she's in my living room right now or on her way here because we're having dinner tonight. So this might be a short show. And News Now Enemy, who is my brother. He's here as well. All right, let's see if these tabs will play now. Fingers crossed. Apparently this one's not going to play for us. I've given it plenty of time. All right, here we go.
Shoplifters stole costumes but left their getaway keys inside the store.
Nice touch to whoever edited the carnival music on top of this video. So this woman shoplifted and then left her keys in the store, and the shopkeeper, the shop owner, worker, whoever it is like, nah, give me my stuff back and I'll give you your keys.
You guys said we get the stuff back. You guys do that. They're coming. Don't leave that. Get out of my store. Are you including y'all? No, I'm not in there. You guys shouldn't have been in this store stealing if you didn't want to fucking use the key. They just keep bringing more stuff.
And it ends as it should, with those people getting arrested. Next up, a Tennessee teen released without bond after being charged with fatally shooting a 15-year-old in the head. This is out of Tennessee. What are we doing, Tennessee? I want to move to Tennessee, but if we're going to be doing stuff like this, I might change my mind. Although I'm not sure if there's a better place to go besides Tennessee. But if we're not going to keep the criminals in jail, we're going to have more crime. Imagine that happening. This is the teen, and this is the judge, who's an idiot, in my opinion, allegedly. 2 Tennessee teens have been charged with first-degree murder over the shooting death of 15-year-old boy on Thanksgiving. One of the defendants has since been released without bond due to the county's new is this in, I wonder what county this is. I haven't read it yet. Take a guess what area of Tennessee this is. If I had to guess, this is going to be either, I have to guess one. I'm going to just say one. I'm thinking, my first thought is Nashville. And then my second guess myself and thought Memphis, but I'm going to stick with my first guess because every time I think like anytime I'm like torn between two things, the first thing that I think of is usually the right thing. So I'm gonna say Enville. Enville. We'll find out. Memphis is pretty bad though, so I don't know. All right. Eddie O. White, 18, and Connor Tucker, 15, have both been charged with first-degree murder, aggravated attempted robbery, and unlawful possession of a weapon over the death of Anthony Mason, aged 15, a 15-year-old boy, shot in the head on November 23rd, according to the Daily Mail. White and Tucker allegedly drove to Mason's house on Thanksgiving with premeditated plans to rob him during a staged firearm deal, according to the police. What are 15-year-olds doing having firearms deals? What is this world coming to? According to the police, the deal went south and the teens began to struggle over the firearm. Tucker allegedly pointed the gun at Mason and shot him in the head, killing him. Text messages found on Mason's phone led investigators to Tucker, which allegedly resulted in a confession to the crime. The suspect then ousted White to the authorities and said that he acted as the getaway driver. White confessed to driving the vehicle and told authorities that he knew Tucker was planning to rob Mason. Tucker's being held at the Juvenile Detention Center, and White has been released by a judge on his own recognizance, which has sparked mass outrage. Wait, is White the guy that shot him, or is White the guy... White is the guy that was the driver. All right. So the driver was released, if I'm understanding this correctly, which I'm pretty blonde, so I might not be. Shelby County. Okay, where's Shelby County? This is what we need to know. I could just look at the chat. You guys probably already told me. It's Memphis. It's Memphis. You're all wrong. Oh, number two's right. Number two's right. That's what I was thinking too, was Memphis, but that was my second guess. And you know, I do second guess myself. So number two, ding, ding, ding. You're a winner. We're going to put your name in December's drawing for winning that. Let me just make sure nobody else said it before you did. No, number two gets it. Number two gets an entry into the drawing. And I'm going to put Ron's name in there too, because you did donate and I appreciate that. So number two and Ron. That's for December's. You're not going in today's drawing. Today's drawing will be in a little bit. And that is November's drawing. Let's get through many such. You don't win. You get an entry into the thing is all. And honestly, I don't even think you're eligible to win, come to think of it, since you're my co-host once a month. Well, you know what? We'll poll the people. Do you guys think that number two should be eligible to win? Just 1 for yes, 2 for no. She's part of the show. She can't be eligible. We'll do it that way. We'll let the people decide, number two. We'll let the people decide. All right. So Shelby County District Attorney's Office said in a statement, according to local Memphis, that White was released on November 27th after the judge made the ROR released on recognizance decision. Judge Bill Anderson ordered White to be released on his own recognizance, despite both White's attorney and the DA's office recommending a $75,000 bond. So his lawyer and the DA both said, no, keep this MFer in jail. And the judge is like, nope, go home for Thanksgiving, son. Pat on the head. Have a good day. I know you planned a robbery that ended in murder, but go ahead. Go on your way. The people are saying you're allowed to win, number two. So your name will go in the drawing. people have decided. The people have spoken. Hi, Christo. Good to see you. In 2022, Democrat Shelby County District Attorney Steve Malloy passed progressive criminal reform legislation that transformed the bail system over claims that the system was harder on both the poor and minorities. Defendants now receive hearings with counsel within 72 hours of arrest, which I can see having a hearing within 72 hours of arrest. However, I don't see letting a murderer out on its own recognizance. And when you tell me in the chat, which you probably will right now, he did not actually murder anybody. He took part in a felony where somebody was murdered, which is the same. It's the same. You get the same sentence as you were the one pulling the trigger. That's how it's always, I don't know if it's always been that way. I'm not a historian. I'm really not an expert at all, but he should be in jail at least. Under the old system, a judicial commissioner would make an off the top of their head determination about bail, and it was often unaffordable. And then the people would languish behind bars. Yeah, well, maybe don't murder 15-year-olds during a robbery. Maybe don't do that. All right, next story in many such cases. Oh, this is the same story. So 2 people sent me this story. Thank you very much. 2 of you saw this story and said, Katie's going to flip her lid about this. And you were right. I am flipping my lid about this. I am. So this is the same story. Let me see if there's like a news story now. It's just, I'm not going to read it to you again. This is just a different outlet telling us the same information. Disgruntled Wawa customer in Florida attacks couple with a wine bottle after they refused to pay for it. Did you guys see my thumbnail today? This is the picture I put in my thumbnail because I saw this person's picture and I thought, this mugshot is amazing. I need to put this on my thumbnail. By the way, video, nothing to do with the article. Thank you, Fox News. Appreciate that. Florida woman became irate after a couple refused to pay for her gas. Oh, sorry. I can read most of the time. A Florida woman became irate after a couple refused to pay for her gas station bottle of wine and allegedly used it as a weapon to strike it on a woman's head and knocking her boyfriend out cold. Police in Sanford, Florida, that is near Orlando, I believe. You guys know how I like my maps. I'm not going to pull up a map of Sanford, Florida. I just know that because that's where that one case was, in Sanford, Florida. What was that kid's name? You guys will tell me in the chat. It was a big case several years ago where the kid was attacking that guy and the guy shot him in self-defense. It was a big controversy. I can't think today. You know what I'm talking about, though. Police in Sanford, Florida said Angelique Dion Glenn, 31, was arrested Thursday after a couple mistakenly paid for her bottle. After a couple mistakenly paid for her bottle of wine at the gas station chain. A woman who was with her boyfriend told police that Glenn had accidentally placed her bottle of wine in their order. Accidentally placed in their order? I'm not sure about that. I'll continue reading. Once the couple realized they paid for Glenn's wine, they asked for a refund. This is the Angelique Dion Glenn. Look at that face. Just look at it. Just look at that face. Glenn became agitated and told the couple, "Why can't you just pay for my bottle of wine?" Police said. She then began to threaten the woman and her boyfriend before taking the bottle and striking the woman in the head with it, police said. Glenn carried on, striking the woman's boyfriend over the head with the wine bottle and knocking him out, Fox 35 said, citing police records. Glenn allegedly continued to make threats towards the woman's boyfriend, threatening to kill them, and attempted to hit them with the wine bottle again as she was retreating to the parking lot. So she basically just... According to police, Glenn called an Uber who refused to drive her and left her at the gas station. So they're checking out. These people accidentally pay for her wine, and they're like, oh, no, that's not our wine. So we want our money back for that, for that wine. And she knocks them silly with a bottle of wine, which, by the way, is a pretty heavy, blunt object. Right? It's like, it's a lot. Like you could really hurt. Well, she knocked the guy out. Yeah. So, I mean, you could really, I'm pretty sure if I looked into it, people have been killed with a bottle of wine. I think you could probably murder somebody with a bottle of wine. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Erica, did you donate? Did I miss a super chat? I don't have YouTube pulled up, and Restream does not tell me when people renew their memberships and stuff. So well, just tell me in the chat if you did, and I'll enter you and all that. And I don't have the Buy Me a Coffee pulled up either. Let me pull that up. You gifted 5 memberships? Oh my goodness. I need to pull that up. Holy cannoli. Thank you so much, Erica. Yes, the doggies Ava's not here because she's a terrorist. Let's say congratulations to the people who received memberships right now. Parson, congratulations on your new membership from Erica. Christo, congratulations on your new membership from Erica. Number 2, you're a member now. Ron, you are also a member. And Patrick, you are a member as well. Thank you so much, Erica. You're getting entry for December. Yes. And I even spelled your name correctly. I always want to spell it with a C. It's not with a C. It's with a K. And Zena also. It's a good day for Zena today. It's a very good day for Zena. And don't forget, like once the month is over, you all are welcome to renew those memberships. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. But I do love the gifted memberships too. That's awesome of you. Hey, Zena, I got news for you. Miss Erica loves you. Zena knows that you love her. Zena knows. All right. Erica, this is from Erica. Do a touch. Good girl. Do a high five. Good girl. Do a shake. Other hand. This hand. There you go. We'll do 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate it. And I love that all the memberships went to people who are actually here every time and actually support me as well. That is amazing. Although it is pretty funny when it goes to people that hate me and are here hate watching. That makes my day as well. Zena, get in your spot. You guys, Zena wants some more, so just letting you know. Get in your spot. Go. Get in your spot. Thank you. What a good girl she is. All right, back to Florida woman. Anyway, how about this mugshot though, huh? 2 take plea deals in Atlanta for Wendy's arson following the death of Rayshard Brooks. Do you guys remember this story? This is one of the stories from the Summer of Love, and it happened actually not too far from where my husband worked at the time. This Wendy's that burned down. I mean, he works all over the city, but one of the places that he was working at the time. This is where Rayshard. No, I can't remember. Is Rayshard Brooks the jogger? I know who will know that. Major Victory will know. How do you spell Rayshard? Was Rayshard? Oh, no. Okay. I remember now. Rayshard Brooks is the guy that fell asleep in the Wendy's drive-thru. Okay, so it's like late at night, and he's driving through the Wendy's, you know, to get his Baconator and Frosty. I personally like to get the Frosty with the French fries and then dip the French fries in the Frosty. Does anybody else do that? Am I the weird one? Maybe. I'm probably the weird one either way. Anyway, so he's driving through the Wendy's and he falls asleep, and the Wendy's employees call the police, and it's like, hey, this dude's passed out in our drive-thru. Could you come take care of this? And they do. The police come. They by that time they have him pull over out of the line so that people can keep going through the, you know, drive-thru, right? He ends up kind of wrestling with the police and pulls the police officer's taser. Not only that, but you can see in the video, there's clear video footage of all of this. Clear footage of him pointing it back. And this is one of those tasers that has 2 shots. It's like the way the tasers work. It had 2 shots, and you could like push it into somebody's skin and use it more if you wanted to. So this was like, this is a weapon, right? So he fires he's running away, and he reaches back, fires the taser at the cop. Now the cop has actual deadly weapons on him. So if you tase the cop, then this person could get the gun, and then who knows? Anyway, he ends up dying. The other officer shoots him because he was like, you know, prongs. That's the word. Yes. 98. Like drive stun. They can drive. Anyway, the other officer who's not getting tased at the time shoots him, and the people in this neighborhood burn this place down. During this riot that happened at this Wendy's, not only did the Wendy's burn down, but a little girl died because I want to say it was like they were shooting and like a little girl in the back of that was riding in the back of a car. They tried to turn in there, and it was like there was riots going on in there. So they like were telling them to go. Like, anyway, people died at this riot is what I'm saying. And one of them was a little girl. That's the backstory. Now, 2 take plea deals in Atlanta Wendy's arson following the death of Rayshard Brooks. 2 of the 3 suspects charged with intentionally setting, there's a gnat in here, with intentionally setting fire to the Wendy's where police shot and killed Rayshard Brooks in the summer of 2020, have accepted a plea deal. Natalie Hannah White, John Wesley Wade, and Chrisum Kingston were indicted in January for setting fire. Why did it take till January of 2023 to indict these people? I might have to do a deep dive on this one. Indicted in January for setting fire to the Wendy's restaurant on University Avenue in Southwest Atlanta on June 13th, 2020. The blaze reduced the building to rubble. Each faced 2 counts of arson and conspiracy to commit arson. Kingston's attorney told Fox 5 his client accepted the plea deal in court. Part of the deal requires that he pay a $500 fine and serve $150 of community service within the next 6 months. A $500 fine and $150 or 150 hours of like, where's the jail time? A $500 fine and $150 or 150 hours of community service apparently is all that's happening to these people. Nearly 2 full days after the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks, a large number A large group of protesters gathered around the Wendy's located along University Avenue just off the downtown connector. Shortly after 9:30 p.m., flames could be seen shooting out of the closed restaurant. Atlanta Fire Department officials say that the fire at the Southwest Atlanta Wendy's was started in multiple locations using multiple incendiary methods and devices. Officials estimated that there were at least 10 attempts to set the building on fire. $500 in community service, people. In a video shot that night by Fox 5, a woman can be seen wearing a pinkish purple jacket around her waist. She appears to have an aerosol can that she ignites as others smash the windows, just seconds before the fast food restaurant went up in flames. An attorney said the woman in those images that investigators released is Natalie White. This one right here in the middle. So her attorneys are saying that wasn't her, that she didn't start the fire, that she did do that with the aerosol can, but she didn't start the fire. We didn't start the fire. Some smaller fires were seen in the immediate area of the Wendy's as well. According to the indictment, Wade, White, and Kingston unlawfully, by means of fire, knowingly and intentionally damaged the building. The grand jury also found enough evidence to indict the trio with conspiracy to commit arson. So they must have had text messages or something going back and forth saying, hey, don't forget to bring the Aquanet to create a makeshift flamethrower to set this Wendy's ablaze. At least 36 people were arrested that evening, but White was apprehended June 22nd and Kingston and Wade on July 2nd. All right, I already told you guys who Rayshard Brooks was, so I'm not going to read that part. I just did all that off the top of my dome, the Rayshard Brooks one. Let me get back over here. Once again, hello to the Rumble people. I am remembering to look at the chat on Rumble. I'm going to pop that out, actually. Pop out Rumble chat. Yes, please. Welcome to the Rumble, folks. Glad to see you here. All right, I'm not sure what this is.
A driver or passenger in a passing vehicle recorded this video, and you can see 4 masked people wearing dark clothing get out of a minivan and run towards the car accident. Now, CHP says the driver of a black Dodge Caravan intentionally crashed into a black Alfa Romeo sedan right before the robbery. You could see the driver of the car kneeling with both hands in the air as the suspects began stealing things out of his car. CHP says the suspects were armed with a hammer and crowbar, and a witness who doesn't want to show his face on camera spoke with Eyewitness News about this robbery.
It seems like they knew what he had in his car. I felt really bad for him. I thought they was over for him, but he did the right thing. He put his hands up. He let them take what they took. I thought I was on the movie scene or something, but it was real as it gets, because that's how it is in Los Angeles.
CHP says the suspects got away in a white Chevrolet Malibu and were last seen traveling eastbound on the 10. At this time, it's unknown what exactly they stole from the car or if there's a connection between the victim and those 4 suspects. A driver or passenger in a
Stay safe out there, people. It seems to me like they caused a minor accident so they could ambush this driver. Just keep that in mind. Just keep all of these situations in mind when you're out there living your life. Not everybody's a good person. Some people are out to rob you with a hammer and a crowbar. Major Victory, that song is going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the night. For the rest of the night, for sure. Tennessee. Another Tennessee. College student, 18, dies after being shot in the head while walking on track. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Belmont University, which is where my niece is going next year for her doctorate, which is scary. That somebody sent me the story, and it happens to be she's graduating from Knoxville, University of Tennessee this year, and going to Belmont next year. A Belmont University student from New Jersey, Lillian Ludwig, tragically passed away the day after being shot in the head. The alleged shooter, Shaquille Taylor, had previously been released for incompetence to stand trial in connection to another shooting. If somebody is incompetent to stand trial, they need to be, that means like they're not mentally there enough to stand trial. That means they need to be in some sort of mental institution, not walking around the track and field area of Belmont University shooting young women in the head. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that? Okay. Sorry, I'm going to get through the story. It's just hitting very close to home. I see you, Parson. Let me get through the story and I'll get you. Just because I don't know if you guys know, but my whole family is blonde and my niece is this girl's age. And this is just hitting very close to home for me. Metro Nashville Police Department announced Ludwig's death on Thursday, revealing that the 18-year-old succumbed to her injuries overnight. Taylor, identified as the suspect, was apprehended shortly after the shooting. Police say Taylor allegedly shooting at a car from a public housing unit across the street. There's a public housing unit across the street. Inadvertently struck Ludwig with a stray bullet. Charged with aggravated assault and evidence tampering, Taylor is currently held on a $280,000 bond. Authorities are modifying his charges in discussions with the district attorney's office. News of Ludwig's death followed a plea from Nashville District Attorney General Glenn Funk to streamline the process of committing individuals to mental institutions. That's what I'm saying. He should have been in a mental institution for sure.
Now, News 2 at 11.
And this morning, we begin with a tragic update after a Belmont student is shot. Metro Police say 18-year-old Jillian Ludwig has died. Ludwig was shot Tuesday while walking in the Edge Hill Community Memorial Gardens Park. And today, the man accused in that shooting was supposed to be in court for a different previous charge. Peyton Kennedy live with more from the Birch Building. Peyton.
Yeah, Mark, that suspect, Shaquille Taylor, was supposed to appear in court today. Ultimately, he did not. He was scheduled to be here for a review of an unrelated car theft charge from back in September, in addition to the initial charges of aggravated assault and tampering with evidence in the Belmont case. And as we've learned, Jillian passed away overnight. Metro Police say they're in discussion with the district attorney's office to modify Taylor's charges. The judge bound over charges to a grand jury this morning, waiving his appearance. We're still working to specifically clarify which charges will be going to the grand jury. We asked Taylor's attorney for further comment after that brief appearance in court this morning, but she did decline. Again, we are in touch with the Nashville Attorney General here to get that clarification to you and bring it on air and online. Live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
Peyton, thank you so much. Also know Governor Bill Lee commenting after this fatal shooting, talking about the need to address crime and mental health.
We need to address the fact that this guy should have been in a mental health. If he's incompetent to stand trial for whatever those other charges are, he doesn't need to be just out. Like, okay, yeah, okay, I understand some people are incompetent to stand trial. I get it. But they don't need to just let him out, because then young women get shot in the head while running on a track at Belmont University. That's what happens.
The state level.
Consider legislation, as was done in the special session, but there were a lot of things that weren't considered that will be considered. There's been hundreds of millions of dollars invested in Violent Crime Intervention Grant Fund, mental health resources. There's a mental health component to this particular case. I don't know the all the details of that case, but I do know that there's evidence of, a mental health issue there. We have a serious issue in America with crime and mental health.
Yeah, we do.
The governor says there are a lot of different opinions about how to approach these issues, but state leaders should not wait for agreement and should move forward. News 2 will track the investigation throughout the day today as well. You can watch continuing coverage on air and online.
Holy cannoli, that story hit home. Parson, thank you very much for the gifted memberships. Let's see if I can figure out who they went to. It's so difficult to tell. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Hold on. I got to fix something over here. Here, I'll put on a little music for you because I need to be able to see what's happening. What's happening over here. Okay. There we go. I got it on the right screen now. Thank you very much for the gifted membership. And that was gifted to Sparky. Welcome to the club, Sparky. Welcome to the club. Zena gets a milk bone. Parson, your name is going in the drawing for next month. And Zena, she's like, do you have something for me? Because if you don't, I'm not moving. Do you want a cookie? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. This is from Parson. Gotta get you on camera. Do a high five. Bam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Zena thanks you. Zena definitely thanks you. Hey, Miss Mandy, and Kafar is here as well. Kafar's driving, listening and driving. That's how I consume Hezekiah's show in the morning, listening and driving. All right. That story was very hard for me to get through, people. Very difficult, just because of the connections that I mentioned a minute ago. Next. Body of missing father Jamie Wilkins from Warren found buried in remote part of northern Michigan. And before we get into this story, Miss Mandy, thank you very much for the membership. Milk bone for Zena. She's not in her spot, though. Does she get a milk bone if she's not in her spot? I guess she does. I guess she does. She's right here. Come here, Zena. Come say hi to Mandy. Come on. Say hi, Mandy. Zena says hi, Mandy. There's your milk bone. All right, now get in your spot. Now get in your spot. All right, hop, hop. Thank you. What a good girl she is. Get in your spot. Get in your spot. Thank you very much, Miss Mandy. Welcome to the club. It's the Cool Kids Club. That's what I should call my memberships. It's the Cool Kids Club. For sure. Let me know if you think of a better name. I'm not good at naming things. Put that Rumble chat back up. I know there were several people over on Rumble today. So I want to make sure I have that up just in case you guys do Rumble rants over there, which is also allowed. I'll allow it. There it is.
I need my son.
All right. We should probably read what this is before I. Body of missing father Jamie Wilkins from Warren was found buried in a remote part of northern Michigan. After months of no luck, Warren police say they have finally located the body of a beloved father and local football coach who went missing under suspicious circumstances over the summer. The body of James Wilkins was located earlier this week in a remote area of Oscoda Township, probably mispronounced that, Oscoda Township, near an access road that was desolate and covered with brush and trees. Aided by a cadaver dog from Michigan State Police, investigators say that Wilkins had been buried before his discovery.
Home, because he does not deserve this to happen to him. He has done nothing.
This is heartbreaking. Just the emotion in this man's voice is just heartbreaking.
all his life for being a good boy.
James Wilkins would not have missed his 8-year-old son's football games or his daughter's kindergarten graduation, and definitely not Father's Day.
I miss him. His kids miss him. We need him home.
The 27-year-old was last seen June 8th by his roommate at his apartment complex in Warren off Hayes near 10 Mile. Earlier that day, he'd messaged back and forth with his family, then nothing.
There's been zero contact from James in any form since that date and time.
Not a trace, from credit cards to social media to his cell phone, something this family says is totally unlike him.
My son has never been arrested for anything. He's an athlete, he's a good dad, and he's a good brother and sister and cousin to all his family that's standing here behind me.
Investigators say they have connected a car to his disappearance. It's a 1999 tan Mercury Sable with the Michigan.
Why were they blurring the license plate and then they're showing us the license plate is my question. That was weird.
Michigan plate of EPR 6700, but they need more clues, even if they seem insignificant.
Anything that you've seen, heard, I know someone's seen something because he's missing and we need him home.
Just an incredibly tough situation for this family. They and investigators here at Warren Police need your help. That's why they've teamed up with Crime Stoppers. If you have any tips, remain anonymous. Call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Reporting in Warren, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Thank you, Jessica Dupnack. Thank you. Okay, this is just repeating what the father said. This is armed homeowner goes viral defending his home.
Video captured him defending his home, pulling out his concealed carry weapon and firing at a pair of armed suspects. Now,
bravo, sir. Bravo for that. That's what I like to see.
until today, he has remained anonymous, but tonight he says it's time to come forward and show his face. That homeowner is Vince Ritchie, and Vince joins me now. Vince,
good job,
thank you so
Vince.
much for being with me tonight. I want to take us back. I want you to take us back to November the 4th, the night that this happened, the moment that you felt that gun to your back. What was that like?
It was surreal, honestly. I never thought it was going to happen. I really didn't. Born and raised in the Bronx, New York, and I came here for a better life. And I came here to introduce my family to a better life in sunny California. And I never would have thought that this ever was going to happen in a million years. And I literally turned around, and the first thing I thought, I feared for my family, and I feared for my daughter.
Yeah, you have a 5-month-old baby who was on the other side of that door along with your wife who was home. This was at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken, on a Saturday night. Vince, why are you deciding to come forward now?
Because if I don't speak up, nothing's going to happen. I don't know what's going on with the investigation. I don't think that the police department is getting the proper support from local officials. I know the district attorney has constantly dropped the ball recently. We live in a lawless society in California and Los Angeles, and especially in this state with this governor, the lack thereof. And I think that if I don't come forward and implore that people need to activate their rights, they need to stand up for the Second Amendment. They need to actually utilize their rights before it's taken away. You know, what if it was my neighbor who doesn't have a firearm, or my neighbor down the block? All my neighbors band together to support me, but they support me in a way of telling me how they've also been robbed and make me feel like I'm part of this club. This isn't normal. You know, I grew up in a much different area, and this is even disturbing to me that this is what's acceptable now in society.
What are you hearing from law enforcement?
Is it just me? Or, I mean, I like this guy a lot. Like, I wish he was my neighbor. Why would he go to California? Yeah, this is the type of people I like to surround myself with. The people that are going to defend innocent lives.
And LAPD in particular, because they are investigating this. We reached out to them today. The watch commander says, quote, "We are aware of this incident," and says that there are no arrests or updates in this case. I know that they've been out to your home a couple of times since November the 4th. No arrests. What are you hearing?
I haven't heard much. You know, they haven't really reached out to me. I've spoke to a few of them. I think as individuals, they're great. I support the police department. I think they're not getting the support that they need. They need to bump this up. They need to bump this up and get other resources to be able to do that. They're flooded with constantly having these type of crimes happen. This area is flooded with this type of crime. This is an isolated incident. This is not just incidences in the disenfranchised areas. This is all over Los Angeles. The perceived upper class are being hunted for jewelry and home invasions, and we're not even talking about it like it's normal. Everybody that spoke to me, oh, I've been robbed. I've been robbed. My neighbor's been robbed. Oh, they robbed my house twice. This isn't normal. And the police need to stand up and say, give us the support we need from our mayor, from our governor, from our district attorney. District attorney is constantly dropping the ball. This is a lawless society. This loose bail effort we're making, it's not working. I understand the progressive agenda, but there's no progress. The city's not making any progress. We're just going backwards. It's getting worse.
You know, speaking of no progress, you think that you actually know who these guys are because this is not your first time that you've been targeted at your home on your private property. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 months ago, my house was robbed. They took every piece of valuable thing we had in the home. And
no arrests were made then?
There was no arrest made. There was no follow-up investigation. And I implored the captain, please. I said, I'm going to get killed. You're leaving me out here to dry. Not only are they leaving me out there to dry, now they suspended my.
Oh, you're starting to break up a little bit.
So when did them taken away from me to late?
You know what? Maybe we can get you back because I want to make sure some of our viewers. You're frozen. I think we can hear you, but I want to make sure that we get this in there, and that is that. Some of our viewers may be thinking, you know, this guy kind of looks familiar. You know why? Because Vince Ritchie was on our air last December.
Because he looks like Vanilla Ice. That's why he looks familiar.
Because you were hosting a record-breaking toy drive. Here's the moment you joined us last December. You're a philanthropist within your community. You founded a nonprofit in your late mother's name to give back to the underprivileged. Will this experience dampen your giving spirit, Vince?
No, there's no fear in my heart, and there's no fear that any criminal could put in my heart that will stop me from giving back. This community has embraced me, especially some of the disenfranchised areas that I give back to has embraced me as part of this, as part of the community. I'm not Californian. I'm from New York, and they've taken me in, and I will always give back, and I'll always be here to do it no matter what goes on, no matter what the city officials do, no matter how much this reflects a third world country. I will always give back because that's part of who I am, and I'm not going to let that change in my core. And I think that we need to make change on a local level. People need to stand up, defend themselves, and also give back.
Less than 15 seconds. Are you planning to leave California because of this?
I'm not going to leave out of fear, but I'm also not going to stubbornly force my wife and my family to stay here if they don't want to be here anymore. If it continues to get worse, I don't think that I'm going to stay here much longer.
Well, I know that your wife is really having a hard time with this, so I'm sorry about that. My love to her. Vince, I appreciate you coming on our air tonight. I know this is your first local TV interview, so my gratitude to you. Stay safe, and we'll keep on LAPD to see if we can't get this resolved one way or the other. Vince Ritchie, thanks so much for being with me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mola. Thank you.
Thanks, Vince. Vince, you're welcome.
They believe that he murdered
You are welcome to come to Georgia if California gets a bit too much for you. All right. This is a 15-minute video. We're going to save this one. This is a police chase. We're going to save that one. What? I don't want to disable my ad block. Oh, I don't know what story that was. All right. Disabling your ad blocker. All right, it's disabled. All right, 2 teenage girls arrested for carjacking 63-year-old Memphis. Police say 60, like, was the guy's name Memphis? Who wrote this article? Police said they told the victim they needed his car. And when he refused, police said the teens pulled the 63-year-old from the vehicle.
Planning a trip this summer with family and friends,
my
your
goodness.
journey is just beginning at the Memphis International Airport. The
Well?
new Where We Fly interactive map at flymemphis.com can help
Doesn't
you
even let me mute it. Okay, so we're going to sit through this ad for a second, apparently. This is why I have ad blocker on ABC 24. This is why.
Teenage girls have been arrested for carjacking a 63-year-old man on Friday. The victim was at the stop sign when two teen girls approached him at the intersection of Ethelyn Avenue and Silver Street. They told the victim they needed his car, and when he refused, they pulled the 63-year-old from the vehicle. Now, the victim was eventually able to escape and call the police, and the girls were apprehended shortly thereafter. The two girls are 14 and 15 years old, respectively.
What is
Experience
happening?
what
We're
Laurelwood
15
has
year
to
old.
offer.
Oh my gosh, these ads. 14 and 15-year-old shouldn't even be driving, let alone carjacking people. Georgia County Commissioner found passed out. I should save this for the Karen's for Karen segment. It's in the Many Such Cases segment, so we're doing it now. Georgia County Commissioner found passed out drunk in the street and unruly. Shocking incident caught on body cam. She is wasted. Clayton County Board of Commissioners Vice Chair Felicia Franklin was found passed out on a sidewalk outside a sports bar, leading to her removal as her role as vice chair. Body cam footage from the September incident, which was just released, shows a disturbing scene where Franklin becomes unruly and abusive towards medics and police officers. The incident occurred on September 29th when police discovered Franklin outside the 404 Sports Bar and Grill in Morrow, Georgia. The body cam footage shows Franklin screaming, crying, and at one point hurling abuse at emergency staff. Due to her increasingly violent behavior, she had to be restrained in the ambulance. This ought to be good.
Ma'am, did you want to pick her up by the...
One thing I know for sure, if you're falling asleep in public, it's time to go home. You don't fall asleep at the bar. You don't fall asleep on the sidewalk outside of the bar. Just don't fall asleep in public. Like, don't have so much that you're falling asleep in public. Oh, she's trying to claim somebody drugged her. Did you hear her? She said, I don't know what they gave me. She's trying. This woman.
Lisa, look at me. Look at me.
County Commission.
Yes, you heard the police officer right. The woman you just saw having the mother of all episodes is Clayton County Commissioner Felicia.
Oh, this is a 15-minute explore with this video.
Franklin,
I don't know
what
if we're going
appears
to
to
watch
be-
this whole thing. I did want to get the gist of it, though.
Felicia will ultimately face will not be fun. Here's what police found when they first arrived at the scene on that fateful night, September 29th, 2023.
Hi. How are you? You all right?
Who served her?
We got an ambulance coming.
Oh, man, she's wasted.
Go to the hospital.
Oh no! I just want Patty! Patty, come to me, Patty!
Instead of calming things down, the presence of Felicia's friend Patty actually appears to be agitating Felicia even more. However, nothing you've seen so far compares to what's about to happen once they get Felicia on board the ambulance.
How police officers at?
Bring me Patty, please, please, Patty, please.
Y'all gonna have to take her for public transport.
I can't get him out this truck.
She's not
He's
working with me.
get him out this truck. Bring me
You're not
Patty,
telling him anything,
please.
though.
Get him the
I got extra pair of gloves.
Felicia, they gotta check you out, baby. Listen to me.
Get him the
No. They're trying to help.
This is a nightmare.
No,
Get him out this truck.
No, don't.
Get him out this truck.
Felicia, don't do
Get
this.
him out this truck. Get him out this
Felicia.
truck. Get him out this
Okay, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
My apologies to your eardrums if you're wearing headphones right now. My bad. I didn't know this was coming.
You need to stop.
Felicia.
You're gonna make it worse than what it needs to be.
Felicia.
You but
No, she's not. He's not making it worse.
Let them
We're all
make it
trying to
here.
help, baby. Felicia.
No, you're not.
Honey, you fell down. You fell down. We want to make sure that
No,
you're okay.
you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
We gotta make sure you're okay.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No,
Do we want to take bets on if she says I didn't do nothing? Anybody want to take that bet?
Felicia, this is Patty. This is Patty.
can't do it no more.
After a bit more screaming, the wind seems to go out of Felicia's sails, at least for now. Perhaps exhaustion.
It's not very nice.
Oh, Patty.
Ma'am?
Oh, Patty.
And tell her what? You want me to tell Patty that? The lady that was just in here trying to calm you down and help you out? Well, that's not very nice.
Oh, Patty.
By this point, it's becoming clear that neither the officers, the EMTs, nor Felicia's friends are going to be able to get a straight answer as to what happened that left her in such a state. It seems they'll have no other choice but to take her to the hospital. But partway there, disaster strikes. Felicia wakes back up, angrier than ever, and so is the lead EMT. When someone is heavily intoxicated, their mind isn't working well, and rational thinking goes right out the window. So attempting to effectively engage with them isn't reasonable.
You will sit still and you will shut up. At this
I love this guy. You will sit still and you will shut up.
point in time, I've had it. I've had it. We're at 0 right now. I've tried every avenue to help you, but you are not cooperating with me. You're going to sit here and you're going to be quiet and we're going to take you to the hospital. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Patty, get him out.
I don't care who Patty is. You are my patient.
His last name is Mosley. Get him out.
Yes, ma'am. My last name is Mosley. And I work for the city of Morrow.
Get him out my face. Get him out my face. Get him out my face. I don't give a Get him out my face.
The ambulance actually
she's
had
gonna
to
start
pull over
crying
on the way to
again.
the hospital because Felicia was...
She's going to start crying again. Oh, now I'm the victim.
Hey, get him out my face. Get him out my face. Get him out my face. Get him out my face.
Well, just a minute.
Get him out my face. Get him out my face. Get him out my
Felicia,
face.
stop it.
You gotta get him
Felicia.
out my face. I don't give a Get him out my
Stop
face.
it, Lisa.
You better get him out my
It's
face.
not him.
You better get him out my face.
Ma'am, you're about to go to jail.
I don't give a Get him out my face.
Yeah, you do.
You get him out my face.
So the choice is, do you want to go to the hospital or you want to go to jail?
You get him out my face. You did not handle
We're
this
going to the
properly.
hospital. Hush. We're going to the hospital. Be quiet.
Because
Get
either
him
way,
out
you'll have to
my
go to the
face.
hospital because the jail won't take you this drunk.
I'm not that drunk. You can take me to the hospital. Get him out my face. Get him out my
He's going to be
face.
out of your face in a minute.
Get him out my face.
Making you safe.
Get him out
Oh
my
my goodness.
Here somewhere.
What's that?
We're insurance.
We're like 10 minutes in and she's still going.
Volume.
You're right, I don't.
I do not understand. I just want my
Imagine Imagine, if you will, being a grown woman who's a county commissioner of some sort, yeah? Asking for your mother in a situation that I just want my mom. I mean, I love my mom. You all know that I love my mom. I tell you guys all the time how much I love my mom. I can't imagine being in a situation like this, asking for my mom.
I can only imagine. Can you go ahead and lay back for us?
Lay back, Felicia.
I'm gonna get you out of the I want my mommy. I want my mommy. I want my mommy.
Yeah, we got it.
She gave my life to this profession. I want my mommy.
Oh
I
my
want
goodness.
my mommy. I want my.
Holy
Continues
cannoli.
screaming in the background as the doctor
To walk out the door, literally, and I have 4 kids now. It's like my body just went out. It was not a head swimming. It was not anything like that. It was like my body stopped functioning. That's how it felt.
We see a verbal, nonverbal disconnect here. There's a massive delay in Felicia's hand motion after she
she's
says
trying
her
to
body
say-
just went out.
She's trying to say that she was drugged. Spoiler alert. Urinalysis confirms that county commissioner had cannabis in her system during the combative incident. No other drugs. They took her seriously and said maybe she was drugged. Let's test her. Let's test her for all of the things that she could have been drugged with. She smoked pot and drank alcohol. That's what she drugged herself. She drugged herself, people. She drugged herself. Why don't we have
Inside a
volume?
bar showing Commissioner Felicia Franklin consuming drink after drink, then outside collapsing and later being combative in an ambulance. She claims she was drugged. Police
Why is it so
now,
quiet?
Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live in Clayton County with the newly obtained drug test results that reveal what actually was in her system. Mark.
Now, spokesman Shaheen Solomon says he's known Clayton County Commissioner Felicia Franklin about 35 years, and she doesn't get drunk, and there's no way she uses marijuana, he says. But a Morrow police sergeant says records show cannabinoid turned up in a urinalysis after an incident with Commissioner Franklin outside the 404 Sports Bar and Grill.
Got a subpoena back from Southern Regional Hospital where it showed that she did not take blood tests, but however, they did do a urinalysis.
Because you know what? You have to go to the hospital because the jail won't take you this drunk.
The urinalysis showed positive for cannabinoid, also known as cannabis.
Has never consumed any marijuana.
Morrow Police Sergeant Scott Stewart says, though his investigation showed
This is Felicia Franklin.
Clayton County Commissioner Felicia Franklin consumed at least some from the wine and 3 mixed drinks she was served.
They have the whole thing on video, so they know if somebody put something in her drink. They can see her drink right there.
At 404 Sports Bar and Grill September 29th, plus a swig from someone else's beer. He wanted to know if there was something else in her system, like GHB, the so-called date rape drug, which the commissioner suggested someone might have slipped her that night.
I don't know what they gave.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I don't know what they
Where's your
gave
purse?
me.
So he served a subpoena on the hospital, to which he was taken after police found her.
What's going on? Why did it stop? All right. Well, long story short, she wasn't drugged. She drugged herself. She drugged herself. All right. Do you guys want to do the November drawing? I think we should do that. I think we should do that. Let's put this over here. Okay, so prizes. Prizes for the November drawing this month. Well, last month. But just so you know, anybody who contributed to the show at all, if you came up on the show to tell us your opinion, if you were a guest on the show, if you donated in any way, if you answered a question correctly, anything like that, you got an entry into the drawing. I have November's drawings or people right here. So this month, grand prize, we're going to have 2 prizes again. I always was going to just do one prize, and then last month I accidentally drew 2 names out at the same time, right? So I think 2 prizes is better, like a little prize and a big prize. So the big prize this month is going to be a t-shirt, and it's going to be anything you want from KTZ.com. That is KTZ.com. You can pick from any of the t-shirts, not the sweatshirts. Those are too expensive. If you want a tank top, you can get a tank top. If you want a t-shirt, you can get a t-shirt. We have the Overruled t-shirts. We have the Crimeland t-shirts. We have the Friday Night Crime t-shirts. Personally, I like the Friday Night Crime t-shirt in black. I think that looks pretty nice. Friday Night Crime with KTZ and number 2, it says on there. Let's just go through some of my favorites. The Overruled, I like in gray. I have it on right here in gray. I think that one looks good in gray. You can get the True Crime with Xena t-shirt featuring KTZ, because we all know you're really here for Xena. I like this one in the yellow, personally. I have this one in the yellow. I think it looks very nice. It's called Corn Silk. I like that one a lot. You can even, now it will break my heart if you pick this, but you could get a Stephen Ignoramus t-shirt because they're on my website too. You can do that if you really want to. And of course the tag says subscribe to KTZ because I created the t-shirts and I can do whatever I want on there. But if you do pick a, just to let you know, if you get one of Steven's t-shirts, I will be disappointed in you, but you're allowed to do that. Definitely allowed to do that. You can get anything in the month of December on KTZ.com and use discount code IGGY5. That's IGGY, the number 5. You get 5% off of anything in the shop. That basically pays for the shipping. Each item is shipped from a different place, so it's around about the price of the shipping. I can't tell you if it's exactly, because each place where the stuff is printed comes from different places. Now, for the second place prize, it's going to be either a Christmas ornament or I have the little pouch that has Overruled on one side, Crimeland on the other side, or this magnet. So you have 3 choices. So if you win, you contact me, and then let me know what you want, and I'm going to ship it directly to your house from the place. Like I said, you are allowed to pick a Stephen Ignoramus t-shirt. I will be sad if you do, but his merchandise is on my KTZ.com. First prize is any t-shirt that you want, either a tank top or a t-shirt. All right, drum roll. Somebody hit the drum roll. I should get a drum roll sounder, huh? We'll do second place prize first. So this is for one of the smaller prizes, either the Christmas ornament, the magnet, or the zippy pouch. Goes to Ray Ray. Ray Ray, you get the second place prize. Contact me. It's katieZ99@gmail.com. All of my links of all my social medias and emails and stuff is on my channel page. So Ray Ray, second place prize. Yay, Ray Ray. First place prize goes to Parson. Parson won second place last time. You get the first place prize this time, Parson. Thank you very much for all of your support, everybody. I appreciate it so much. I have all of the new names I've started this month. These will go, anybody who donated today or won a free entry today will go into December's. We'll do this the first, we might actually do it on December 30. No, we'll do it the first show of January. We'll keep it consistent, right? We'll keep it consistent. So congratulations once again to Ray Ray and Parson. Number 2, make notes so I don't forget. You know how to contact me. I'm very easy to get in contact with, and we will get your prizes shipped directly to you from the shop. All right, we're about to wrap it up. slowly but surely. Oops. Couple more stories. Oh, this. Right into yay prizes to white kids stomped to death by a dozen black teenagers. Yikes. 17-year-old white teen was beaten to death in what news outlets are calling a fight outside Rancho High School in Las Vegas. Las Vegas police delve into the incident. I don't think I want to watch this video. I know you guys, somebody sent this to me. I don't want to watch this video. It is obviously on Twitter because these are all Twitter links, and Twitter does not Twitter doesn't edit stuff, so I don't want to press play on these Twitter links. You guys get the idea. Many such cases. He's confirmed to 8 News Now that the Okay, sorry. Jonathan Lewis, father of the victim, spoke with 8 News Now on Thursday, characterizing the event as a brutal act. He confirmed to 8 News Now that his 17-year-old son, also named Jonathan Lewis, was the victim of an assault by 15 individuals and tragically passed away on Tuesday due to his injuries. Lewis shared that his son, a reserved individual, had future plans to relocate to Austin, Texas with him. He expressed profound dismay and frustration over the altercation that led to the death of a 17-year-old. Dismay is how you're going to describe how you're feeling over 15 people violently stomping your son's life out. That's, I don't know. All right.
We have a report up on dailyveracity.com. Heard before. Since the record.
All right. I thought that was a news story, but it's not. All right. We need to get to something a little lighter because that was a lot. Yes, person, you won a shirt. You did. Let me know which shirt you want. It could be either a tank top or a t-shirt. Just let me know what you would like to have, and I will get that ordered and sent directly from the place for you. All right, we're wrapping it up here in a second, guys. I have family and friends over for dinner. Mr. Zed is making dinner right now, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have to cook when I'm done here, but I might have to. We'll see. Don't forget, if you donate anything or buy memberships or anything like that while I'm off air, we will put you in the drawing and give Xena her treat the next time we're on air. The next time we're going to be on air is Friday night, 7 o'clock. Friday Night Crime with number 2. We're doing Karens for Karen because Karen number 2 said, why don't you ever cover Karens? I think she might be a fan of Miss Mandy's show, who covers Karens a lot. I am too. Miss Mandy has a great show. But number 2 and I are going to cover Karens on Friday, 7 o'clock. Be there for that for sure. And then the 10th, a week from today at 4:30, Kai the every time I've been promoting this one for a month now. I plan these a month in advance. Kai, the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker, will be this time 4:30 Eastern on next Sunday, which is the 10th. So we will see you there for that. I cannot believe we ended with somebody being stomped. Let me find something funny to end with. I need to have at least something. I need to have something funny to end with. Let's do one more video and then we'll be done. One more.
We have an emergency here in Los Angeles. There is actual liquid falling from the sky. The experts tell us it is called rain. That's R-A-I-N. If you are not covered, you are guaranteed to be hit by this liquid. It will hit you right in the head. It is destroying blowouts left and right, so please run for cover, ladies. As you can see next to me on this car, there are some droplets. I am trying to keep a safe distance. It's a little intimidating, I'm not going to lie, to be so close to it. There are also puddles on the ground. If you step in that, your flip-flops will get wet. If we can get a close-up right here on my umbrella, you can see what rain looks like. It is freezing out here. The temperatures have dropped below 70 degrees. I'm wearing 6 pairs of underwear and my butt is still cold. Now, there are these devices. I'm holding one. They're called umbrellas. They must have been imported from Seattle or London or somewhere, but basically it is a stick with this magical shield over it that creates a barrier between that liquid and your face. So please get one. Otherwise, get to a building with a roof and mark yourself safe on Facebook so that your family does know that you are okay. Now, if you do get hit by this liquid, we are told you should immediately go to the nearest emergency room so that the physicians can wipe your face off with a tissue. See, here in California, we are used to earthquakes. We are used to the ground beneath us opening and swallowing. Get that baby! Get that baby to safety! I'm sorry, it is crazy out here, as you can see or hear. The dogs are barking. I don't mean to scare any pet owners, but if your animals are outside, their fur will get wet. Okay, so as I was saying, we are used to earthquakes and the ground beneath us opening and swallowing people whole, but this is a whole nother level of terrifying and crazy. If this continues for more than 4 minutes, I'm told we should build an ark. So if you have quit God, please check out Genesis chapter 6 and get caught up. Schools are closed. All classes canceled, obviously, until the sky stops pissing on us. Now, some people have reported a loud booming sound. I have no idea what type of sorcery that is, but it is coming directly from the sky. I'm not sure if it's the sky communicating with us or God burping, but we will report back on that as soon as we have more information. Please stay safe. Back to you, Linda. Get me out of here.
We now join field reporter Erica Joy Polinsky live in Minnesota with her reaction to this shocking California weather.
Seriously? Oh, that was good. Thank you to whoever. I think Mr. Zed said that to me, actually. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank each and every one of you for stopping by today and spending your Sunday afternoon with me. We will see you Friday, 7 o'clock for Friday Night Crime, which is actually going to be Friday Night Karens with Karen number 2. I hope to see all of you there. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm up at Goso. Jump in them Sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Looking for new drills, needed a new track of land. I used to dig the Simpsons, man. Bumping Biggie, Pop, Smash Mouth, and Simple Plan. No scrubs for the crease in my pimples, damn. From the south streets of southeast Michigan, hitting shuffle till I settled on a different jam. And when a dime won't do, a better nickel can. And let me tell you, when I used to dig them Simpsons, man. A funny thing about time, you can't get it back. A tight grip, but it rips the jacket. Slight lisp with a mix of traffic. You see about me, like Mr. Glass. Always wished I was a whiz at graphics. Take me back to the past where the hits were massive. You could hear Gladys Knight and the Pips on plastic. Misfit molasses. Delete my contacts just so I can stick to glasses. Feel that skipped out, so I miss the classics. Aristotle of the bottle, Seneca of the sinful action, Senator of the simple maxim. I swear for a skillful Saxon, I'm still relaxing. Who wanna take a dip in the mind sauce, making up for the time lost, forgetting all my past pass was when I signed off. Prime bribe, prime rib, Agent Smith, crime boss. Popping red pills till my mind's off, mind's off. First Florida man. Endo de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a fagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Threw up that blue pill, moved to a new track. I slew the foothills of that voodoo sap. Microfiche tape decks, I'll sift through that, cause I'll do anything to get the old Simpsons back. Give me the news that make my mood react. I'll swim through the sewer just to make it to the truth intact. And you can shine up that voodoo with new shellac. I'll still do anything to get the old Simpsons back. Imagine thinking Karl Marx is new school Klingon like Huzu. They welcome the ways they can bring on the boots, dude. Declare a major, they get paid to pollute you. Self-ashamed neighbors never gaze when they scoop you. I wonder how we fight it. The 6th step is never enter in my tent uninvited. The 5th step is produce, no skills is no use. 4th step community preference is unity. 3rd step is nation, it's somewhat location, mostly relations, that's the situation. Next step, family, patriarchal sanity. Safe under the canopy, ain't a place for anarchy. First step, I just got to say it, no showboat. Step back and soak up the logos. First